Hello, and welcome to 52 Weeks of Angel Connection. I am Christy, and I'm a medium and angel intuitive coming to you from Kansas City, Missouri. In 2019, I was tapped on the shoulder to bring forward a series of videos concerning different archangels and ascended masters and other beings that are in the angelic realm so that we can get to know them and hear about them and from them. So today we're talking about something a little bit off road. I typically bring in Archangels and Ascended Masters that were mentioned in Doreen Virtue's book, Archangels and Ascended Masters, which is a wonderful reference for anyone looking to connect with these spiritual beings. But today I had a Reiki session, which just concluded moments ago, and St. Augustine came in and for the client, but then also said it was for this as well. I didn't know who was going to come in today. So St. Augustine did. And I had no knowledge of St. Augustine. And so I'd heard of the name before, but I didn't know from where and why or what or who or how. So I just did a little bit of investigation. Most of the hits I found on Google were actually DuckDuckGo, but most of the hits I found were St. Augustine, Florida, which was not what I wanted. But there was more than one St. Augustine person. There were 3 that I found on Catholics Online. And so the one that resonated most and one that stepped forward is St. Augustine of Canterbury, who some say was the founder of the original Church of England in Canterbury. So he was stepping forward to discuss beliefs. There's so much information, misinformation, disinformation out there that he wanted to talk to us about beliefs and how our beliefs are so solid that they create the reality we see. If we have a belief that certain people are inferior to other people, we're going to look around us and we're going to see others who feel like we do, others who act like we do, to reinforce these beliefs. However, if we feel that our belief is we are all created in God's image, we are all created equal, all created with love from our divine creator, then we will see evidence of that as well. So when we stand steadfast in our beliefs, we see evidence of that belief around us. That is how so many people have differing beliefs, so many diametrically opposed beliefs. And right now, there's a lot of difference of opinion about Black Lives Matter, about Antifa, about coronavirus, about all of the things that are going on in the world today. And so much of those beliefs do seem to be diametrically opposed. But just know that when you are steadfast in your beliefs, you do see evidence of what supports you. So I believe St. Augustine's message is to look beyond that, to stretch ourselves and look beyond what our core beliefs are. And if we have strong beliefs, look at what lies behind those beliefs. Look at what the core belief is. For example, I have a belief that we're all created in God's image. We are all created equal. No one is better than another. And so I would be challenged to look outside of that. Why do people believe that certain folks are inferior? Why do people believe that racism is okay? I need to stand steadfast in my beliefs, but then look at what's beyond that. How can someone believe the opposite of what I do and yet still see evidence of that? Belief is a very strong thing. And we're here to learn about what those beliefs mean. So the challenge comes from looking past what your beliefs are, looking to another's belief and seeing what the core value is behind that belief, right? Perhaps someone's beliefs of intolerance and bigotry stem from a core belief that success is pie, that if you have a piece of that success, then I do not. That humanity is pie, that if you have more humanity, then I don't have that. Rights are pie, same thing. So look at what their core belief is, and rather than challenging them on the beliefs that they espouse, look to see past that and look at the belief that is behind that. And that will help us establish some common ground where we can let people know that success is not pie. We can all have success. and we can address those core beliefs for what they are, the truth that's truly inside. All right, so I hope this message doesn't sound too terribly confusing. Let me see if there's anything else that St. Augustine would like to add. Okay, I had read that St. Augustine had an appeal for pagans, and that the early Christians didn't necessarily hold him in the same esteem as some of the pagans of the time did. This was an early time of the church when things were just forming, and they were forming a new church out of many of the old beliefs. And, he's just wanting to say that I was able to bridge that gap there. And they had a Christian church named after me, and one that I brought about, one that I founded, but was able to work with and be revered by the pagans of the time as well. He says, I couldn't do that unless I understood what the core value was behind it. And that core value was that we all needed to feel connected to God, needed to feel connected to spirit. And that's truly the basis of his work. See if there's anything else he would like to say. Beliefs are not pie. You can have your belief and another one can have their belief. The trick is to find the humanity behind it, the common ground behind it, and that way we can all build bridges. Very similar to his other message, but just still told a little bit differently in different words. He's talking about getting out of our own way. Getting out of our own way means being able to set aside what we see as truth, getting out of our own way and allowing to see what's the truth that's behind it, right? Getting out of our own ego space to see what the truth is behind that. All right, well, I hope that makes sense. I will see you here next week, and have a wonderful, wonderful week. See you soon.